Hey, my name is Mike, and it's the too long didn't read version of Tectus on Heroic. The only difference between normal and Heroic is that Heroic does a little bit more damage. Throughout this fight, as you kill the boss, he splits up into smaller versions of himself. So when you kill him in phase 1, he'll split up into 2, and when you kill one of the ads from phase 2, they'll split up into 4. The boss's main health pool is divided amongst all the splits. All the boss's mechanics also apply to the splits, so this is going to be a very hectic fight near the end. Tectus gets a stacking buff called Accretion that gives him 5% increased damage. The only way to remove this is to do damage to him. In this fight, you want to keep all the ranged stacked on top of each other for Gift of Earth, also known as Earthen Pillar. The boss randomly selects a ranged member and puts a giant swirly underneath them, at which point everyone has to move out of that. After a few seconds, a big clump of rock comes out of the ground and kills anyone still standing in it. These rocks last around 2 minutes, and they do create line of sight issues. So the best thing to do is to have the range stand on the outskirts of the arena. There's also smaller versions of Earthen Pillar that spawn on anyone in the raid. You want to make sure to get out of these because they do damage and they also knock you back if they hit you. There's a red mist called Crystalline Barrage that also targets a ranged member and comes from the boss towards that ranged member. The targeted person should be running away from the range and opposite the direction of where you guys are going for Earthen Pillar. If you stand in the mist, you're going to take a lot of damage, so try not to, but it's kind of hard near the end of the fight. When the boss gets 100 energy, he does something called Tectonic Upheaval, which is a raid-wide AoE, and Tectus only dies if he's channeling Tectonic Upheaval. If you don't kill him before it's done channeling, he gains about 20% health back. In phase 1, he spawns 2 ads. The Berserker does a random charge and loses all threat when he does so tanks just make sure to pick him up after he charges. The Earthwalker has a frontal cone ability. He also spawns a vortex called Gift of Earth that people want to make sure to pick up, because if that gets the boss, he gets 10 stacks of accretion. If someone does pick it up, they get a debuff that makes it so they move slower, and if the boss melee hits them successfully, he will get the 10 stacks anyway and heal. The Earthwalker can be stunned, which is what my raid group did, and we never had to worry about that. When you're fighting the splits from the boss, try to keep as many of them away from each other as possible, because when they are together, they buff each other and they regenerate energy faster. After phase 1, it's best to have the entire raid kill one of the splits, except for a couple ranged who can stay on the other guy so he doesn't get accretion. After that first split dies, kill the 4 little guys that spawn and then move to the last ad. That was a too long didn't read version of Tectus on Heroic. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Thanks for watching and have a great day.